Yo, this is KD,
And this is David.
and we are the K&D Exchange, where we exchange music, and as a result, we exchange ideas, bridging the gap between old and new, with all original music produced by. Enjoy. Yo, welcome back to the K&D Exchange. I am your host, KD, joined by my co-host, David. David, what's new with you?
Oh man, just lovely sunshine. We are enjoying the heat. Give me the heat all the time. That's what's
100%.
new. You good, bro?
Yeah, all good, man. We're back in barbecue season, right?
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been good, man. I've actually had about 2 or 3, which is good.
Haven't had one yet.
Oh, is it? Yeah, well, I've had 2 or 3 small ones, not like big ones. I want to have a big one with loads of people around at the house and the garden. I actually need to get my garden sorted still. But yeah, that last lockdown was not kind to my garden. But yeah, you're looking at yours like, yeah.
I must admit, I find gardening so relaxing. Like gardening, decorating, like I find it all really relaxing. Maybe that's me becoming a really boring individual. I just find it like you can see like the fruits of your work, like right there. Boom,
Yeah.
your garden looks sick. Oh,
It's
anyway,
I did that, yeah.
yeah, for real.
Fair. I kind of look forward to the day that I start to do that. Even recently, I've started to think, you know what? I wonder if I could just do this myself, but then I don't know where to start. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Then if we're having people over, it's like, okay, that's not my time for trial and error. You know, it's get the gardener in or whoever to do it properly, and then after that, you know, I'll do it myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man,
That's
fair
definitely
play.
on my list. Definitely on my list. But yeah, enough of this gardening shit. Right. We are on Exchange number 19. So for all of you who have been keeping up with the podcast so far, thank you very much. We really appreciate you. Blessings to you, as we always say. If you are new, our format basically works that each week we alternate in giving an album that we are familiar with to our co-host. So one week David gives me an album that he knows very well or has had a lot of familiarity with, and which I have never heard before in my life. So we come in each episode with 2 completely different perspectives on that same project. One from a place of familiarity, one from a place of completely going in blind. And then we alternate. So the next week, I will give David an album, which similarly I'm familiar with, he's not. And we've had some very interesting conversations as a result. I've listened to music I never would have otherwise thought about listening to.
Oh,
ever.
bro, you wait.
Yeah,
I've got a couple of.
coming.
Oh, you, you don't know what's in store, man.
Okay, so David, what album did I give you to listen to? Album / EP / short project / whatever.
/ experiment. I don't even know. I don't even know what to call this. Right. You gave me Unlocked by Denzel Curry, and then you gave me an optional album to listen to, which was Unlocked version 1.5.
Yep.
So,
let's go.
Normally, I got a lot to say. I mean, I don't even know where to start with this. All right, cool. So, I'm just gonna go. Do you know what? Right. Okay, cool. So my first, and I think I said it at the end of last podcast. My first interaction and experience with Denzel Curry was when he did a cover of Rage Against the Machine's "Balls on Parade," and I was like, "This guy, wow!" It was just what I thought any cover should be, and it's probably the best cover I've ever seen. of that song, because you can't. Rage Against the Machine, only they can really do it. That's kind of the rule. You can try and imitate, but you're never gonna. You're always going to be a cheap imitation. I thought Denzel Curry brought rawness and like this sort of fresh, new vibe to an already amazing song. And I thought that he actually made it his own in the way that he was, like rapping and like screaming and stuff. I was like, right, okay, cool. I love the rawness and ruggedness of his voice. Like he's got a really cool way of like conveying his feelings. And that's actually something that, like harkening back to when we first started podcasting, what I used to be like obsessed with was the dynamism of delivery, right? Like how differently can you convey emotions and how they can, how I've just lost the train of thought, bro. Like this is old age. Basically, how just how differently you can deliver your messages to make you feel. That's what I'm talking about. To make you feel differently. And throughout this album, he's got like many different ways of delivering. Like it could be like a normal spoken word, like "Hi, how you doing," kind of thing, and then he'll just sort of like add some like gravel to his voice, and he's like almost screaming at you, like growling at you, and it's like, I really do enjoy like the dynamism of the way in which he does communicate. However, as a project, I mean, I don't know if off the bat, I don't know if I'll ever recommend this to anybody, like ever. Okay. However, there is a lot of stuff in here that I really like, and especially in 1.5, I've only written single word reviews of each of the songs. Right, so cool. We'll go into it. Track 1, or track 01, as it's called. I mean, I don't even know what it is. Don't even know where to start. Like, great. Okay, I just wrote Shrugs.
It's a mad villainy Scarface type stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it meh.
Okay.
I didn't really. I don't know, man. I didn't really feel it. Take It Back, I thought was decent. I really, really liked his delivery, and like, again, it's like flow and cadence and stuff. I'm like, this guy can really rap. Like he's excellent. Like on, I'm just trying to think who on like a mellow music group like type beat. Like if he was able to do, say for example, like an Apollo Brown beat with Denzel Curry, because he's like Apollo Brown's all smooth and lovely and stuff like that. I think the juxtaposition of like Denzel Curry's delivery, I think, would go so well with that.
I wonder.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that would work. I think that Madlib and Denzel Curry, I don't know if they've ever collabed. They would go hand in glove.
I think 100%. I think
I think
Denzel Curry,
because they're really alternative thinkers. Though this is the beauty of Denzel Curry. He's definitely alternative, and I think that he's got a lot of chops and stuff.
100%.
I do like the switch up in this song. It's cool. There's like a really, really cool sort of, and it's throughout this whole entire album. This is really cool. Like old school kind of vibe about it. It gives me Wu-Tang kind of vibes, like that old, like dirty, gritty hip hop. And I love the fact
you'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Give me that gritty, like horrible. You know what I mean? Give me the dust and the gravel. You know,
the dust and gravel. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like this was pretty decent. Like I genuinely really enjoyed it. Like throughout this whole EP as well, I'm not going to sit here and like slag it off. I just like, for me, I'm like, I want more. Like, give me conventional songs.
Yeah. Oh wait, sorry, no, someone's at my door. But yeah, I think. Okay, yeah, we're all good.
This is staying in.
Yeah.
He's like, why is that? Come off the mic, bro. Open the door.
Yeah, no, I was wondering because they didn't ring the doorbell for some reason. I don't know why. The doorbell's right there.
Peeping Tom's just like,
Yeah,
hello
yeah.
there.
Why are you hitting the envelope box or whatever you call it? Yeah. But
The
anyways,
letterbox.
letterbox. That's it. Okay. Envelope. Yeah. Who sends envelopes to people?
Yeah, do you know? Just could you imagine? Just like you open it, and like, oh,
Oh, it's nothing. It's
it's
just to
just
show I'm
nothing.
thinking about
How'd
you.
you get? How'd you know my name? But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to disrupt your flow, man. You said you were feeling that sound and that kind of that grit and that kind of had that old school flavor to it,
yeah,
but in his way. Yeah.
definitely, yeah. There's it feels like an old school kind of mixtape that you would get like towards the tail end of the like the 90s. Like it really, there's like something
Mm.
about. Do you know the album cover basically of Unlocked, like this
Yeah.
version? It just lends itself to like that kind of old school kind of,
100%, man.
you
Like
know what I
liquid
mean? Like
swords type thing. Yeah.
that's exactly it. I
Yeah.
couldn't have said it better. Track number 3 is Layup, and I just put flexing,
Put your layup. Yeah.
flexing. Um,
Yeah.
I really, I thought it was all right actually. I really did like it.
Is that the one where he's like, on one hand I'm a pharaoh, other hand I'm
Yeah,
a dildo.
yeah. I was about to quote that. I was like, he's just got some mad bars in there that I'm like,
Yeah.
like, oh, what? Anyway, I mean,
I wonder. I didn't know if that was like. I couldn't tell if I was reading too far into it, or whether that was just a random like rapper flex. Like on one hand, I'm a god. On the other hand, I'm a sex object. Or if he was trying to say like, on one hand, I as a black man am pharaoh. Like I come from royalty, but then on the other hand, people see me as a sex object. You know, the whole kind of fetishization of black men and women and whatever. I might have been reading too deep into that one.
so I was sort of along. I sort of went along a deeper sort of thread, but then I thought, hang on a minute.
Okay.
You listen to the song,
Yeah, it doesn't lend itself
and
to
I'm
that, does
like,
it?
I don't think it's. I think that he's just saying like, maybe sometimes I can be like pretty cool and like quite wise, and other times I'm
Yeah.
a bit of a dick. Like that's how
Right,
I
literally.
sort of
Yeah.
took it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did look at it like how you did. Like at
Mm,
first, I was like, oh, maybe he's trying to say something that
sure.
within us as a conscious human being, there's the propensity to be, as wise and as great and grandiose as the pharaohs of old, and at the same time
Yeah.
that we, were beholden to our base instincts as human beings.
Sure.
We are basically just using each other in our relationships, just to get each other off, sort of thing. And then I
Sure.
just listened to it again like today, and I was like, nah.
It's like, no, he's that. Because in the same thing, he's like, on my Franklin Los Santos, like he's just throwing out these like random lines. And there's
Yeah.
this line where he says, why are these rappers talking about free smoke when they got nothing to they've got no beef or something like that. And Drake's got a song called Free Smoke, um, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people know.
Mm.
It's on his More Life project. It's the first song on that. And every time someone mentions that whole free smoke thing, like, oh, rappers always talk about free smoke, as in like you can get this free smoke, and they're all aggressive and shit. Especially someone like Drake. It's sometimes it can come off with certain rappers like, yeah, whatever, man, you ain't gonna do shit. I
You
always
ain't about
wonder
that life.
yeah, I always wonder if some rappers are going at Drake when they say that line, but it could be about anyone because I think a lot of rappers do the free smoke thing. But he does have like not a deeper line, but a cool line. Was like, why I got to go on tour to show I'm going through stages. Things like something like
Yes.
that. Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so that's why maybe I thought maybe there's certain lines that are lending themselves to something deeper, but maybe these are just kind of, I don't know. Maybe it just sounded cool to him, and he's like, there's something there. It doesn't always have to be deep. You know what I mean? He's just kind of
No.
saying it as it is.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the thing. Like, I this is not a project by which you will find sort of like much like depth. Like like when we were listening to Big Crit, and you
Yeah.
recommended me that double album, and I was like inundated with themes and emotions, and like this is not that. I think this is him sort
Yeah.
of showcasing like different aspects to his. There's a lot of personality in it. Like it's really weird that I can listen to 8 tracks of him and get more personality out of him than other artists, like listening to albums of theirs and whoever that you don't really
Sure.
like. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
sure.
a lot of personality in here, and there's a lot of and he doesn't do it often. Like he doesn't really show that he can really, really rap. Like,
Right. Yeah.
do you know what I mean? He's holding back, and I
Hmm.
find that quite weird because normally you're flexing and stuff. And
Yeah.
like he's got 8 songs here, and I think
Sure.
on 3 of them he really, really raps well. And I'm like,
Right.
but I want more. Like I want
Yeah.
more.
Why didn't you stretch it out throughout the whole thing?
That's it, right?
This
That's it.
sounds like it was. This sounds like it was made very quickly, just vibing with Kenny Beats, who's that kind of producer. Like he makes really big sounding beats, but very interesting ones. And they just kind of went in, did it, and then they created that concept of like basically like the video, the animated video. Apparently, it's like the concept is like their album gets stolen, and they have to go and like catch the people who have taken it from them, and that's why the songs are all called like lay underscore up dot M4A Pyro Leak 2019.
Yeah.
They're all like file names because they've been taken by the evil person and they're trying to go and grab them. I don't know if that reflects in the lyrics, but they probably just built the animated thing around it just it's like, it sounds like a fun project that they just made in this, because I think they've got a really good relationship, them two.
I would imagine so, and that actually does come through the music. Now that you've said that, you can actually really hear it. There's a lot of fun and experimentation.
Oh yeah, 100%.
In this, and I think they're comfortable enough with each other. Now that you've said that, like I'm just going off, what you picking up what you're putting down, and it's definitely something. It's not like an album where it jars or anything like that. Like everything seems to work for the aesthetic that they're going for. However, I don't know what they're going for with this. Like,
right. Yeah.
Telling a visual story is one thing. I mean, there's a band called Dance Gavin Dance, and they've got, they have got so many songs out, but they have this one particular batch of songs called containing the robot with human hair, and they've made this character. So he's a robot and he's got human hair, and then they must have made at least 35 videos, right? But I think 5 of them concern the robot with human hair. So you can tell like this amazing, like mad time traveling futuristic story through videos which have nothing to do with the songs and the material itself.
Got you.
But yeah, anyway, as an aside,
sure. That's interesting.
Do you know what? I showed my son a couple of the videos, and he's obsessed with one. So there's one where this duck, he basically gets his skin shredded off, and he's a skeleton duck, and then because he goes into a time machine. And he becomes a time traveling skeleton duck with a pirate's hat on, right? And this is one of those robot with human hair videos, right? And
sure.
My son is obsessed with it. He loves the music, it's pretty heavy rock. You are going to be getting a Dance Gavin Dance album at some point.
Fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, they're not particularly heavy. Like I must admit, they're very, very sort of like they're very they're totally unique. Anyway, huge tangent. Sick band, but I'm just trying to say that the videos and the message in the music don't necessarily have to be, joined together. Essentially, right?
For sure.
Anyway,
I mean, you look at some MJ videos. Like, where did the concepts of some of those videos come from? Like, definitely not the songs.
Yeah, like do you know
remember the time?
Oh man, I was going to say "Leave Me Alone" because that doesn't make any sense. Like that video's captured my imagination since I was a kid. I mean, it was like watching an acid dream when I was like 6 years old. I remember it, but I mean, "Leave Me Alone." What's the video?
When I think about it, it feels like it was like this built up kind of weird sanctuary that he was in, and it was just a visualization of all the things people used to say about him. So that he's like dancing with the elephant man's bones and stuff.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
The roller coaster and stuff, and then he's like even shoots away in his rocket, and he's just like, he's just having a great time, but he's saying to everyone, just leave me alone.
Yeah, because there's the bit in the newspaper and the oxygen
Yeah,
tank, isn't
and the
there?
oxygen tank. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like
And
I
Elizabeth
remembered
Taylor is in there.
that was like pretty on the nose, just like, right, okay, cool. Like
Yeah,
he's
that
tired
part.
of the
Yeah,
media, right? I get that. Even as a kid, I was like, right, I get
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But like
yeah,
when he
yeah,
goes through the tunnel and
yeah.
like there's the teeth like going up and down the
Oh
motor
yeah,
mouth
I
and
always remember that part.
nightmare fuel, and then he's like
Yeah,
the rigging of he's like the scaffolding of the roller coaster ride. Like, oh,
yeah.
is he saying that, like, my life isn't a roller coaster ride that you guys can sort of like jump on and jump off on? Like, I'm actually a human being. Like, just
Yeah, this is
sod
this
off.
is how
Like,
I live, right? Like this is my sanctuary.
scheme. Do you know what then? Scratch. That's a poor example. Like, the more I think about it, I need to watch that video again. I love the beginning of that song. Like, it's just,
Oh yeah, it's
it's
just
just
so
so
good.
awesome.
Oh
Just
man,
love the
but
way he sings the first verse, especially. Anyway.
what is that? What's the first? What? I don't know what you're talking about, baby.
He's just such a bad. And it's the way that
It's so good.
it's such a banging tune. It does sound really old though,
It sounds
really
really
old now.
old, but it still bangs. It's like that song by Stevie Wonder, "My Eyes Don't Cry." Like it's got the old 80s sounding keyboards and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could play that. Or Skeletons. Like, dun, 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 dun. Skeletons in my closet. Dun, dun, or whatever it is. And it's just, it sounds so good now. Like, even though
Oh
it
man.
sounds like it's definitely made in the 80s. There's no question about that.
Yeah, for
No
real.
question.
Do you know what I do love? What dates the 80s? It's the drums, the bass, and the
Oh, yeah.
pianos, man. It's beautiful. Oh, Matt, see, there we go again, like reminiscing about 80s music. Right. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
we go.
We said we wouldn't.
Track
Yeah.
number 4.
Yeah.
Pyro. I really like the bass on this. It's got a decent opening. I like the
Yeah.
tune. It's darker as well. And
Yeah.
Denzel Curry lends himself to these darker kind of vibes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he
You
really
hear his
does.
other albums.
No, I haven't. And like this is the thing. Like
really
he's
on it.
definitely
Yeah.
somebody who could become a real favorite of mine, I think. But yeah, I haven't had enough time to kind of like go and explore like life
For sure.
at the moment. For some reason, I was free up until maybe about 3 weeks ago. Now I'm just busy out here. Like I don't have enough time. It's bad. Anyway, number
It
5.
happens, yeah. You get into those like ebbs and flows, right? Where you're like at some point you're listening to so much, you're consuming so much new content. You've not necessarily, it doesn't mean you've got a lull in your life. You've just got the space to accommodate it. And then other times you're like just completely consumed by this, whatever you're doing or whatever. I get that too. So yeah. Pyro has that line, my bitch bad like battle rappers that make albums. That's one of my favorite lines of his because it's true. Like, we always say this, you can have great rappers. Some of them don't make good songs or good albums though. They can rap, but the songwriting's not there.
So it's weird, isn't it? That's where you get into the distinction between like a rapper and an artist or a rap artist. Or there are
or a songwriter.
Songwriter, lyricist, whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's there is definitely something to be said for the distinction between all of that. To be any kind of credible rap artist must be one of the hardest things to do. Like music is 100%. One of the hardest things to get into anyway. Like hell, I tried.
Yeah.
For years. Yeah. I tried. I gave it my best shot. I was better than most people. And I can connect with people in the fields. Like when I play guitar or bass, like I can get your heart. But you need something else as well. And I think that it's a je ne sais quoi that you need. And also you need to kind of be in the right place at the right time. Have the right kind of cosmic circumstances surrounding you. But yeah, definitely. I think, to be honest, I think Denzel Curry has it all. I think he's got everything. Yeah. And this is off 8 songs.
Yeah, 8 very weirdly structured songs.
3 of which he raps really well on. That's because let's be real, that's pretty impressive what he's doing. It's pretty impressive. So anyway, 100%. I'm going to give him his due. I didn't really pick out any sort of. Oh, I did actually. That's a lie. On Diet, I picked out
Mm.
a lyric. I love the laid back flow. I love
Yeah.
how sort of up and down he is with his delivery. He also uses that weird like voice switch thing. He could make himself go really low, or he could do
Oh,
the thing
yeah.
that makes him go like super high.
Really high. Yeah.
Yeah, and but it works because like I
Yeah.
think Kendrick Lamar does it as well on a
Yeah.
couple of
Yeah.
songs. What's the one? Is it Her Voice like on Makeup when he says the word
Mm.
eyebrow? It's like
Yeah.
eyebrow.
Yeah. Every time certain words drop in and
Yeah,
it's pitch shifted down. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
He does
it.
that a lot. He layers his vocals like in a higher tone and some in a lower tone, but it's very much more like obvious. Like I don't know if he pitch shifts some of those or if he is just making his voice higher. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like when he records, I don't know. But yeah, Denzel Curry, he does that on this song. This is when he says the N word, right? In
yeah.
that high pitch. Well, yeah, this is that song. Yeah. What was the line that you took out from
Well, it's just it's just bullshit, isn't it? It's what he says. I love the way he says, "Finito, I get New Jerseys like I was a Guido. The ego got to get, what was it? Got to get vetoed if you want a free throw." I love the
Yeah,
bounciness of
the bounce of it, yeah.
it's just cool. Like it's bullshit. Like it's you know what I mean? But I
For
do like
sure.
the way that he raps. Like I think that he's got something and he does capture my
Yeah,
attention, you know? Um and he also
sure.
uses the word braggadocious. Mate, if you're using that word, you're a ledge. I love that
Yeah,
word.
braggadocious. This is also the
Braggadocious.
show. This is the show. This is the one where he's like, "Your show's got no hoes. I acknowledge it." That's that song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it when he says that.
He's just it's just madness. I think that like
Yeah.
he it sort of the lyrics encapsulate the sort of mad off key feel of the whole project.
Mm.
At the moment, right, number 6, so incredible. I mean, the ability's there, the rapping ability's there. I mean, it's. I really like the verses. However, that weird little like middle 8 bit, I was like,
Right.
I didn't need that, but I can kind of see why you're putting it in there. Like it's a sort of
It's not one of my favorites. Yeah, this one.
yeah. I was just like, yeah, because you called it so incredible. Why are you calling it so incredible if it's average? But anyway,
So incredible. .pkg. So it's in a low format. But I think I don't know.
low
I
vibration.
doubt that's the reason he like he made a shitty song. Not shitty song. It's not shit. It's just okay. I don't even remember how it sounds. You know.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this. So a lot of this, I don't really like. I couldn't. I've listened to it a good few times. I can't really remember it.
Sure. Yeah.
Track 07. I mean, I just put so what. Decent tune,
It's
but
an
it feels
interlude,
out.
right?
Yeah, I was just like, it's
Yeah.
decent, but it just feels out of place and quite pointless. I
Sure.
didn't
Yeah.
really see it. And then
Yeah.
Cosmic, I mean, it's pretty decent. Love the delivery, really, really
Yeah.
raw,
Yeah.
very old school feel. And I can't really think of like the instrument, but there's like this haunting quality to it. I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is. There's like this
Mm.
weird higher. It's not like higher pitch, but it's like guitar or piano. It's like this weird thing in the tune, and I couldn't think what instrument it was, and I was like, right,
Yeah.
okay,
No,
cool, but
I
it's
hear
got
that.
that weird haunting
That weird
feeling to
twang
it.
to it. Yeah. For
Yeah, and I
sure.
was like, okay, cool, this is something for me to latch onto. But again, like it didn't really grab me that much. I was like,
Sure.
it's a
Sure.
shame.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
like yeah, and we've been the K&D Exchange, and see you next week. All right, okay, cool. So
It'd be like that.
I was at this point, right? I was like, right, I don't know if I'm going to listen to like what
1.5.
Unlock 1.5. I was like, mm.
Yeah.
However, I
Mm.
saw the track list and track number 1, so
Yeah.
incredible remix, Robert Glasper version. I was like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was all over that like a rash. I was like, yeah, get me involved in that. And I
For
just put
sure.
a few words. This is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Just I
Sick,
think
right?
this is it's wonderful. It's such a
Mm-hmm.
nice reimagining. And like with with the vocals as well over the top of it, like just coming in and coming out, and like just floating on top of this unbelievably lovely, and I mean lovely instrumental piece, like that only Robert Glasper can do.
100%. And this is the song that we were a bit on the original.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's amazing how with somebody who's a musical genius, Robert Glasper is something else. He's just got this lovely live feeling, this lovely live vibe that he brings to the music.
100%.
All of a sudden, I'm just like, right, okay, cool. Like, I'm in this right now. You give me give me real music. Like, when I say real music, I mean music that is played. Okay, I don't mean to be one of those like sort of I know real music. Like none of you youngsters. No, I mean just played music. And I really enjoy it. Okay, really enjoyed it. This already was like, this one song was more pleasurable than listening to Unlocked, the original, right? Okay. Track 07, the Georgia Ann Muldrew version. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
I didn't really care. Track 3 is Cosmic, which was the Alchemist version.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Okay.
I didn't really like it at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Track 4 was Take It Back. Is it the Charlie Heat version? I just put in capital letters, much better.
That is my favorite one. That's the one where it switches up at the end, right? Or switches up and it has that old school gangster sample in there. Yeah, sounds so fucking good. It is
unbelievably lit. It is so good. And
I'm so glad you like that one. So fucking good.
Yeah, but then you follow it back with Pyro, the Sango Leak version. I've just put yes, fucking sick. I love it.
It's really good as well.
It's super good. Like, so good. I was like, give me an album full of this. This is what I want. And this is amazing, right? This is where I think the debate comes in when it comes to like rappers and their producers and who is more popular now, because these reimaginings have just, bar one, they've elevated everything that he's done already, and they've made him sound better. Way better. His words, especially in this version, his words have way more punch and impact. I'm paying attention to him now. Not to say that the other one wasn't. Not to say that Unlocked version 1 was bad, but it's just all of a sudden I'm like, I've got all these different neurons firing in my brain because I'm hearing like live instruments and reimaginings and smart choices with hip hop, or maybe it's just more conventional choices of the music. Stuff that makes sense to me, right?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, 100%. I think the original one, like we said, it sounds like a big kind of jam sesh that they had. Him and Kenny Beats, and they just made some cool, fun, experimental music and just rapped over it, and then kind of were like, okay, let's stop the song here. Okay, let's add a new beat here and just do that. Whatever. These sound like, they kind of elevate because they're a bit less. They're still interesting beats, but they've got a new perspective laid into them, and they kind of allow for it to be seen less as like a jam session and more like concrete songs. So you kind of it adds more weight to what Denzel's saying, how he's rapping, and all that sort of stuff. Especially that first song, like that's in my head right now.
Oh, it's just wonderful.
So beautiful. Yeah.
Also, anytime Robert Glasper does something, I get the color blue in my head, blue or gray. I always get this serenity. I think I just find that.
I think I get close to gray for me, and with slight kind of light, kind of yellowish, kind of.
Like fair enough.
Deep kind of yellow. It's like that's the color I think of. That kind of gray to yellow, orange, deep kind of. That's like if you talk about like soul for me.
Yeah, cool.
Or when you think about spiritual stuff, like that's the sea of color that comes to my head. Kind of almost cream even at some points. I don't know. It's really weird. And that sounds like that. It sounds very ethereal, very like just those vocals, right? And his drums. We talked about it when we talked about Black Radio.
Yeah.
They have that water sound to it. Like they've been played underwater, but they're still solid.
Yeah.
They're very dreamy, very dreamlike. Really beautiful drum sounds. I don't know how he gets them.
He's just wonderful. Like he's so good.
Even his name fits his music. Robert Glasper, you know exactly what you're getting.
Absolutely. I'm sure Robert Glasper did an album with Terrence Martin, I think.
Yeah, it was a dinner party.
There you go, mate. Dinner Party 1 and 2. Oh my god! I put them on for my cousin, and he was like, "Dude, what is this music?" I was like, "It's so good, isn't it?
It's so good." You start crying, like, "Oh, it's so good."
Oh my goodness! To be honest, I've been on Terrence Martin for years. Like, I think he's excellent.
He's so good.
But yeah, I mean, Robert Glasper, you ledge, mate, you ledge. Right, where are we? Layup.
I think we're on Layup. Yeah.
Jay Versace version. So I was a bit higgledy-piggledy on this. It's a bit too airy for me. There's not enough anything really for me. I didn't really enjoy this.
I agree.
Track 7 is Die at 1.5. I put It's Okay. Didn't really move me.
Okay.
However,
on there.
However, track number 8, Take It Back. Jungle's freaking beautiful, innit? This is right up my street, man. Right up my street. Give me a little bit of them jungle drums. Oh, and the bass. Yeah. Chef's kiss. Mate, give me this kind of, like, I love, like, chilled out, like, jungly drum and bass vibes.
For sure.
I love it. Love it. It's not music that you're gonna, it's not like True Players, like Twist It Out or something. It's not Ram Trilogy that's gonna be like, smashing your head in. It's not Hand Grenade by DJ Hype, I think it was. It's not gonna blow your face off. This is just sit back, listen to some cool vibes. Man, if I had a rum and coke to hand, I'd sit back, close my eyes, and enjoy. Drum and bass for the win, mate. Jungle for the win. Yeah. What a way to, like, I was so happy. I had to wheel that bad boy up like 3 times. I was like, pull it up, DJ. Let me just listen to that again. Pull it up again, man. I'm a sucker for it. For it. I love it. Drum and bass is one of my favorite things. Jungle is one of my favorite things. Like,
for sure.
I don't think I've made it clear enough to the listeners just how much.
I was going to say, like, do you want to make it clearer?
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, and that's it, guys. Like, that's the EP, the 2 EPs. Both
2 EPs. Yeah.
Both 8 tracks long. They were polite. Like, so. I don't know, which one should I grade? Should I grade them both? Because you gave me the first one.
Yeah, grade them both, man. Because I would have given you 1.5, but it felt weird giving you the remix version of a project.
Yeah, you should have given me the remix version. I'd have probably gone back and been like, yeah, I'd have given Unlocked like 1 listen instead of 5.
Yeah, maybe I should have done it in reverse, because actually, maybe I should have said, Unlocked 1.5, and if you have time, listen to the original. But since they're both short.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, I'm just breaking your balls, man. It's...
No, but honestly, I also thought, like, sorry, I think they're being delayed.
Oh, don't worry about it, bro. No, I was just being, like, silly. Okie dokie. So I would not recommend the first one. I would not recommend Unlocked. But I mean, there is a lot in there to, like, worthy of celebration, right? So
100%.
I don't know if I like it, but I like elements of it. Sure. So I'll give that a 4.5.
Okay.
I'll give that a 4.5. However, Unlocked 1.5.
Yeah.
You get a 6.5 from me.
Okay.
Actually, no. You get a 7 from me. Only because it would be higher if
Mm.
I didn't have to listen to all of Unlocked to get it.
Right. Yeah.
I would have loved it more. Yeah. So 4.5 for 1.5 gets Unlocked 1.5 gets a 7. I actually genuinely really enjoyed it. I mean,
7 sounds
I
better.
think that's fair.
Suited to what you kind of were, how you were talking about it. Do you know what I mean?
Defo, man, defo. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is as well, like I am so intrigued now by I have been intrigued by Denzel Curry since I saw the Rage Against the Machine thing. I
Sure.
think he is worthy of
Oh, sorry.
investigation.
That was my laptop. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. I might have to go to the doctors and ask for 2 new eardrums.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't expect it to come through like that.
um, but yeah, man, like Denzel Curry is worthy of investigation. Like, definitely, I will be checking out
100%, man.
albums and stuff like that of his. Like, definitely, I am intrigued.
Yeah.
I think if if he can deliver on like the rapping and b like the weirdness, like if he can like hone it
Mm.
and make a great album out of it, I think he could be awesome, a force
For sure.
to be reckoned with. So I will
100%.
definitely be checking him out. No, thank
Sick.
you for this, man. Like it's
No, for
been
sure, man.
weird, and I like it,
Yeah. That's
and
good.
I've
That's
enjoyed
good.
it.
Yeah. I definitely would like 1.5 is on my library, but it's like downloaded. If that makes sense. So like I add
Sure.
albums to my library that I like. So on Spotify, you press like the heart
Yeah.
and adds it to the thing. And it's really weird because the old version of Spotify used to just say add album and then it would just have a tick like, oh, it's added in there. So
Yeah.
I used to sometimes, like, if I wanted to listen to an album, I would add it to my library. Like, okay, I'll come back and listen to it.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I don't know if it's a psychological thing, but now that it's changed to a heart, I feel like I can't just add it to the library because the heart indicates that I like it. And it just feels wrong to me, like to not use it how it's designed, if that makes sense. That's what it
I
feels like.
I
I don't
fully
know.
appreciate that.
Yeah. But like, but for albums I really, really like, or I know I'm going to return to, I'll download them. And you can filter like, oh, these are your downloaded albums. So that's basically a way of saying, okay, take me to my favorite albums. Okay. I just press the download filter. And then it just takes all the albums away that aren't downloaded, just shows the more solid kind of precise list of, yeah, okay, back to back kind of, okay, these are all great. Which one do I want to listen to?
Yeah.
1.5 is in that filter.
Fair
Whereas
play.
Unlocked One, the original, is just, it's a
It
liked album. That's
Oh,
it.
is it? Yeah, no, that's not even in
Yeah,
my list of like 1,000+ albums that I've liked.
fair.
But the thing is, like, it's not to say that it's terrible. Like, there's a lot in there. You could mine that short EP for a
For
lot of
sure.
different ideas. If you're a producer, especially if you're a producer of music
Mm.
and you're looking for ideas, there's about 700 ideas in there. Like,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
17 short minutes, there's a lot of stuff that you could
Across
like.
8 tracks,
Yeah,
definitely.
there's a hell of a lot in there. So, um,
100%.
but yeah, like 1.5 is remaining. But yeah, man, you put Robert Glasper on anything,
Trust me.
I'm gonna like it. So yeah, man,
Sick.
that was a short one.
Mm. Well, I'd like to think it was. I wasn't timing it.
Oh, do you know what? I don't know. Um,
Mm.
I just get the impression. Well, it's still light, and
That's true, actually. Yeah. I feel like this one's about 40 minutes.
could you imagine that, a short form podcast that's actually short?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Are we actually cheating the viewer, the listeners though? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Fuck it. It takes as long as it takes. Listen, no. That low key episode, like alone, that's
Oh, yeah.
enough credit in the bank. If you guys
Yeah.
haven't listened to that album or listened to that podcast, I suggest you do. It's like over 3 hours on one album. It
I'm
is
actually going to
that
go look
in
up.
depth.
Yeah, it's actually, that was our biggest one. That was,
Three and a
I'm
half
not
hours.
even, yeah, because I started listening to it obviously when it came out, but I got like maybe a quarter of the way through and it still says 2 hours, 17 minutes left.
Oh, here you go. 3 hours, 15 minutes, and 58
That's it.
seconds.
Bruh.
We
That was
have had a couple of long ones. Like Views by Drake was 2 and a half hours.
Yeah, that was a really good
POD
conversation.
was nearly 2 hours, 1 hour
Mm.
54. So we've done. Oh, Robert Glasper and Eminem was 2 hours 50. Now, man, we put in the work.
We put in the work, man. We
We've
put in
put
the
in the
work.
work. Like, if you want more K&D exchange, like, listen, we got loads of stuff for you. So,
Yeah, we've got the
you know,
live stereo shows as well, which we put up on this channel, and we do live every other Thursday, and then the alternate weeks we put that one up on the podcast. And we're also gonna, we'll have more in the future as well, different types of content. So
oh, it's
yeah,
coming. Yeah, it
we're putting
is.
in that work.
Yeah, man, your boy's putting in that work, mate. Right, in true K&D fashion, it is my turn to give you an album, and I'm going to give you
Oh
a
yeah,
personal favorite of mine, and that is "Traveling Without Moving" by Jamiroquai.
safe,
I listened to it today, and yeah, sounds great.
sick. I always hear you mention him. I've heard other people I know
Them,
mention
they're a
him.
band.
Them, sorry, mention them. Sorry,
I'm such a,
I'm
no,
not.
no, 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 no. Like loads of people are just like, well, it's just JK's the dude, and I'm just like, there are five of them. Okay, they are Jamiroquai. Anyway, people are like, you need to relax. Like, I don't
Who's
know
the
why,
who?
huh?
No, that's fair enough. Though that's fair enough. Like it annoys me low key sometimes when people refer to groups, but they say, "Oh, um, him," or
Oh,
something, or
like Drew Hill. When people were like, oh, Drew
yeah,
Hill's pretty cool. Yeah, Cisco, he's a dude. I'm like, what?
yeah,
He's the guy, isn't he? He's Drew Hill. You're like, well, then he would be called Cisco.
yeah.
I had people like that, and I was like, okay.
Okay, you look at the world how you want to look at it. I don't
I was disgusted. The level of disgust as a young man.
care.
It's like put some spec on Drew Hill's name, man. They're
For
awesome. Anyway,
sure, for sure, man.
but
Oh
yeah,
man, oh that was a good one.
yeah, man, it was cool. It was definitely worthy of yeah. Thanks for giving that
Exploration.
because it's different, man. It's totally different to anything I've listened to, really.
Sure.
And it's got a lot of throwbacks to you know
Mm,
good and brilliant hip hop. So yeah, man, it's cool.
for sure, 100%, man.
Sweet. Right. I'm going to outro this. So
Let's do it. Your time to shine.
I know, man, like genuinely, it's the only reason people listen to me. So I
Mm.
can say goodbye and let them get on with their lives. But if you are still with us, thank you very much. We've been the K&D Exchange. It is always a pleasure to be reviewing music and listening to new
Hmm.
stuff. And also, like some of you guys have reached out on like the socials and stuff. More, please. Like, yeah, man, we'll
Yeah.
get you involved and stuff. Like, we, you know, depending on interest, we can definitely get people involved in the stereo live
Oh
shows and
yeah.
stuff. You can have up to 5 hosts, and I think you can swap people in and out and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
I think it's pretty cool. If you want
That'd
to
be
get
cool. Yeah.
involved, just by all means hit us up, man. We're always about, really, you know.
For sure, man. For sure.
Cool. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace. I think we got it.